Welcome to Women's Rugby Rundown 181 for November 18th through the 24th. Ilona Maher and Bersten have reached the Dances with the Stars season 33 finale alongside four other pairs, with the mirror ball champion set to be crowned on Tuesday. Mexico edged Jamaica to win round sevens, with both teams earning spots in the 2025 World Rugby Challenger Series. Oceania Rugby announced its Oceania Sevens schedule, where the top two teams outside of Fiji will also qualify for the Challenger Series. The HSBC Sevens Series kicks off this weekend in Dubai. The 2024 World Rugby Awards celebrated women's rugby, with Maddison Levi named Women's Sevens Player of the Year, Ellie Kildunne taking Women's 15s Player of the Year, and Erin King earning Breakthrough Player of the Year. As always, we round up our global premier and club competitions worldwide. I'm Wendy, and I'm here to take you through the latest in women's rugby. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. We'll take a look at Sevens news first today. Rugby America's North crowned their sevens champions this weekend. Mexico edged out Jamaica 19-12, with both teams securing spots in the 2025 World Rugby Challenger Series. It was a tough weekend. It was absolutely treacherous weekend of rain and wind. You can see some of the mud on some of the players there, but just a muddy affair all around. The HSBC Sevens officially gets kicked off this weekend in Dubai. We'll be at the Sevens Stadium, and we've got China on their debut, Australia defending their HSBC Sevens league title, and of course the Black Ferns building off of their Olympic gold success. The 2024 World Rugby Awards were an absolute stunning affair, handing out awards in the men and women's categories. We'll start with sevens. The World Rugby Women's Sevens Player of the Year, no surprise, Maddison Levi out of Australia. And then the World Rugby Sevens Dream Team of the Year, Olivia Abs, Canada, Michaela Blyde, New Zealand, Kirsty Kershey, USA, Maddison Levi, Australia, Ilona Maher, USA, Georgia Miller, New Zealand, and Serafina Okemba of France. Oceania Rugby has announced the Oceania Sevens championship schedule, where the top two women's teams, excluding Fiji, because they're already on the HSBC Sevens circuit, will qualify for the World Rugby Challenger Series. Two new teams have come into the tournament this year, Niue and Kiribati, but in reality, it's probably Samoa and Tonga who are looking at those challenger spots, maybe the Solomon Islands or American Samoa. Ilona Maher and Bersten continue to blow away the audience of Dancing with the Stars. They had this amazing paso doble over the last week, and now they move on to the final with four other pairs. In 15s news, the World Rugby Awards took a look at the women's achievements in 15s, awarding the 15s Player of the Year, Ellie Kildunne of England, Women's 15s Breakthrough Player of the Year, Erin King of Ireland, and then the Women's Dream Team. Fantastic work here by these players. Too many to name, but if you break it down, it's England 6, New Zealand and Canada both with 3, and then USA, Ireland, and France with 1 each. In Premier and Club news, the 4 rounds have gone through on the BC Premier. Vancouver still on top with a win over Burnaby Lake, while West Shore held off Seattle to stay in second place. After the first round of the Rugby 10s Championship, the Serengeti Elephants lead despite a loss to the Balkans Honey Badgers in the final match of the day, while Cape Town Wild Dogs sit third and San Clemente Rhinos in fourth. There'll be more action. It continues on Wednesday with mixed play and then wraps up Saturday, awarding over $1 million in combined prizes. In round 7 of the Nigeria AIL, undefeated leaders Railway Union, along with BlackRock and Old Belvedere, all secured bonus point wins, contributing to a total of 26 tries scored across their weekend. 6 rounds have passed in the Elite One. Unbeaten Bordeaux stays atop the table, while Blagnac, Toulouse, and ASM Romanoff solidify the next 3 spots in a tight mid-table race with plenty of rugby to go. In round 7 of the PWR, unbeaten Exeter continues to astound this year, 8 points clear of their competition. Harlequins edged Saracens in a 1-point thriller to move to second. Bristol climbed to fourth with a dominant display against Trailfinders, and Loughborough claimed a derby victory over Leicester. 4 rounds have passed in the Netherlands Premier. Unbeaten AAC tops the table with RUS close behind, but Waterland, BRC, and Delft's battle in the middle ahead of a AAC versus RUS top of the table clash on December 8th. The opening round of the Kenya Cup saw Mwamba crushing NYS ladies 91-0, while Rongo and Impala claimed wins by forfeit. In U.S. college rugby, Nera had their championships and declared winners. In D1, Harvard beat Dartmouth 19-12, and in D2, AIC took Davenport out 20-15. The 2025 Sky Super Rugby Opaki season is set to kick off March 1st, and there's a big horizon for them. It'll feature the inaugural Women's Super Rugby Championship final, where Opaki and Super W champions will face off for the first time, making a historic step in aligning these competitions. That does it for us this week. There's always more news on our site at yscrugby.com, and never miss an episode of Women's Rugby Rundown by subscribing on YouTube, Patreon, Spotify, or any of your favorite social media platforms.